Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password is provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab, scroll down to grade 8 and then click on view all lessons. So there you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter coordinate plane. So we're going to start with the chapter coordinate plane. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay, let's just start with the first lesson, that is quadrants and axes. So let's just start with the first lesson. So let me just explain first what are the quadrants and what are the axes, right? So the coordinate plane looks like this, right? You have a vertical line and a horizontal line. The horizontal line represents the x-axis. This is the origin where the x-axis and the y-axis intersect each other. That is the origin, and here both the x and y values are 0, 0, right? So on the right hand side of the origin, you have the positive x-axis, and on the left hand side you have the negative x-axis. That means here you have all the points positive, 1 2 3 4 5, and on the other side you have all the points that are negative. Same is for the y-axis. Above the origin you have all the positive y values, and below the origin you have all the negative y values, right? So on this line all the y values are 0, like on the x-axis all the y values are 0, right? And on the y-axis all the y values are 0. And when we talk about the quadrants, that is the first quadrant. In the first quadrant you have both x and y values are positive. Here is the second quadrant. Here you have x is negative and y is positive. Then this is the, you can go the counterclockwise. This is the third quadrant. You have x negative here and y also negative here. Then you have the fourth quadrant, and in the fourth quadrant you have the x negative and you have x positive and y negative. So these are the fourth quadrant, right? If you have any questions related to the axes and quadrants, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Okay, let's just start with the lesson now. Okay, which quadrant is the point Q in? So you are given the coordinate plane, you have to see point Q is in which quadrant. So let's just see where is the point Q. Okay, here is the point Q, right? So when you have to go counterclockwise, this is first quadrant. Counterclockwise means opposite to direction, like the clock moves the opposite to clock direction. Quadrant 1, that is the second quadrant, that is the third one, and that is the fourth one. That means point Q is in fourth quadrant, right? Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, which point is in quadrant 1? So which point is in quadrant 1? Here is the first quadrant, right? And in the first quadrant you have the point I, right? So the correct option is I. Which quadrant is the point B in? Okay, so you have to see in the quadrant the point B is. Where is point B? Which quadrant it is? The correct option is fourth quadrant, right? B is in the quadrant 4. Very good. The correct option is quadrant 4. Which quadrant is the point L in? So you have to see L is in which quadrant. So which is the correct option? The correct option is L is in quadrant 3. The correct option is quadrant 3. The correct option is which point is in quadrant 1? Which is the correct option? Yes, H it is. The correct option is H. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next one is coordinate plane review. So let's just start with the lesson. Which point has coordinate 1 and 4? So let's just understand the coordinates first. So you are given a pair of values in a coordinates, right? 4, 1 and 4. The first value is always the x coordinate and the second value is always the y coordinate. So x is 1 and y is 4. Both the values are positive. So you must look in first quadrant. Here is x4 and here is y. You can match x is 1 and y is 4. So that means w has the coordinates 1 and 4. Got it? The correct option is w. Okay, let's just start with the practice questions. Okay, what are the coordinates of point A? Okay, so first let's just see where is point A, right? So here it is. So just look at the point A. That is on the x-axis. The value of x is 4. So what is the value of y then? The correct option is on the x-axis all the y values are 0. X is 4 and y is 0, right? So same is the case for y-axis. If you have the point like this, in this case the y value is 4 and the x values are 0. So on the x-axis y values are 0, so that is 4 and 0. The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Which point has the coordinate 0 and negative 1? So 0, negative 1. That means 1. For the point x is 0 on the y axis, right? So here is the point negative 1 and x is 0 here. So that means point R has the coordinates 0 and negative 1. Got it? The correct option is R is the correct option, right? What are the coordinates of the point P? So which is the correct option? So here is point P. So which is the correct option? 'The correct option is 1 and 0. Very good. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, which point has the coordinate 5 and 4? Which is the correct option? 5 and 4. That is F. Very good. The correct option is F. The correct option is which? What are the coordinates of point P? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 1 and 0. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. Follow directions on coordinates plane. Okay, you start at 5 0, you move up for 8 points. Where do you end? So basically you have to follow the directions. You start from 5 0, right? X is 5 and y is 0. So here it is. You move up 8 point. 1, 2, 3, 8 point. That means here it is. So where do you end? X is 5 and y is 8, isn't it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. You start at 210. You move left 2 units. Where do you end? Okay, 210. X is 2 and y is 10, right? Here is 2 and here is 10. You move left 2 unit. Left 1 and 2. You end up here. What are the coordinates now? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 0 and 10. X is 0 now because the point is on the y axis and y is 10. The correct option is 0, 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, the next one is you start at 5 1. You move up 6 unit and down 3 unit. Where do you end? Okay, 5 1. X is 5, y is 1. Okay, the first thing is you move up 6 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you move up 6 units, you are here. Then and down 3 units. Again, move down. 1, 2, 3. You end up here. And here the coordinates are X is 5 and Y is 4, isn't it? The correct option is 5, 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. You start at 6, 6. You move up 3 units and down 7 units. Where do you end? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 6, 2. Option number 2 is the correct option. You start at 1, 2. You move 7 units, right? 7 units. Where do you end? Which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, 8, 2 is the correct option. You start at 0, 5. You move right 3 units and up 2 units. So, which is the correct option? 2 7 it is, not 3 7. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is find the distance between 2 points. Okay, find the distance between the points 319 and 31. So you can see they have the same x coordinates, right? You have to subtract the y coordinates 9 minus 1. That means the distance between the 2 points is 8. Find the distance between the point 3 negative 5 and negative 9 negative 5. So which is the correct option? Okay, so they have the same y coordinate, right? So simply subtract their x coordinates negative 9 and negative 3. That means that is 12 units. The correct option is 12 units. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the distance between the points 5 negative 7 and 5 7. So which is the correct option? The correct option is the correct option is 14 units. Option number 1 is the correct option. Find the distance between the points 2 negative 7 and 7 negative 7, which is the correct option. The correct option is 5 units. The correct option is the second option is the correct one. Find the distance between the points negative 4 negative 2 and negative 4 negative 10, which is the correct option. correct option is 8 units. It is the correct option is 8 units, right? Find the distance between the points 10, 7 and 10, 1, which is the correct option. The correct option is, yes, that is 6 units. The correct option is 6 units. Find the distance between the 2 points. Okay, that's the same one. No. Okay, find the distance between the points 3, 3 and 10, 3, which is the correct option. The correct option is 7 units. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So, we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we're working on is coordinate plane. The lessons we have covered today are quadrant and axis, coordinate plane review, follow directions on a coordinate plane, and find the distance between 2 points. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we did today. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Or either you can join me in the interactive session. That would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any question, you can please ask. Okay, that's all for today. See you in